Picture this. It's 1950. Nearly 200,000 fans are packed into the Maracanã stadium in Brazil, ready for a massive victory party. And then, complete silence. Uruguay scores, pulling off a shocking 2-1 upset. It was a national trauma. Fast forward to today, and the summer rosters for the 2026 FIFA World Cup are officially here. Welcome to our explainer. Back in 1950, raw emotional shock ruled the day. In 2026, well, data, Goalkeeper Psychology reports, and AI ensure no champion is caught completely by surprise. So let's dig into this massive data set reported by Fox Sports.
48. That's our magic number. For the first time ever, the field expands to 48 nations. It's wild to think about how much the tournament has evolved. I mean, back in 1950, the format was so unusual, there wasn't even a technical final, just a decisive final group stage. And teams like India actually qualified but withdrew. Now, we've got a massive 48-team bracket that leaves absolutely zero room for error. This structural shift opens the door for a level of global competition we have literally never seen before.
So the crucial point is really this next number right here. 1,248. That's the exact number of individual players who got the ultimate call-up this summer. In the old days, sports science was so basic that one guy playing in 5 different World Cups was a crazy outlier. Today, pretty much every single one of these 1,248 players is tracked with cutting-edge analytics predicting their every move. But our job today is to make sense of the human drama behind this incredible list.
Okay, let's dive right into this. We're going to break these rosters down into 5 parts. The spectacle, the heavyweights defending their turf, the host nation, the global underdogs looking for their own historic upset, and finally, legends versus rising stars.
Section 1. The Spectacle. A global tapestry of talent.
Expanding the 48 teams weaves together an unbelievable global tapestry. You get these wild clashes of style. An African powerhouse like Algeria against the technical mastery of Japan. We've got rising programs like Cabo Verde and Uzbekistan. And look at Brazil right there in Group B. Fun fact, Brazil actually used to wear white shirts, but that 1950 defeat to Uruguay, the Maracanazo, was so traumatizing they held a national competition to redesign their uniform. That's how we got their iconic yellow and green. One single match literally changed an entire country's visual identity. The stakes here are truly that high.
Moving on to Section 2. The Heavyweights. Defending champions and rivals.
Obviously, every single team wants the trophy, but a select few actually expect to win it. And we have to start with the reigning kings, Argentina. They are bringing some absolute heavy hitters to defend their title. You've got Emiliano Martinez locking it down in goal for Aston Villa, Enzo Fernandez running the midfield for Chelsea, Julian Alvarez up front from Atletico Madrid, and, naturally, Lionel Messi from Inter Miami. They are aggressively defending their crown, bringing a roster built for pure dominance.
And this brilliantly illustrates the terrifying attacking power they're up against. Look at these rival heavyweights. France is coming in hot with the blistering pace of Real Madrid's Kylian Mbappe and PSG's Ousmane Dembélé. Then you've got England countering with Bayern Munich's Harry Kane and Arsenal's Bukayo Saka. The sheer volume of elite, world-class talent concentrated at the top of this bracket is staggering.
Section 3 brings it closer to home. The host nation. Spotlight on the USA.
Being a primary host means carrying the weight of millions of expectations. Back in 1950, the U.S. pulled off what's considered one of the greatest upsets in sports history, beating the heavily favored English side 1-0 with a ragtag team of amateurs and postal workers. Today's squad is a whole different beast. You've got Matt Turner in goal, Antonee Robinson on defense, and Weston McKennie driving the midfield. Up top, they're leaning heavily on Christian Pulisic and Fuller and Balogun to do the real damage. This core group has the pressure of the host nation squarely on their shoulders.
Section 4. Global underdogs. The expanded field steps up.
Now this is where the magic of expanding to 48 teams really kicks in. It's not just about the giants of the game. It's about those nations who fought tooth and nail just to get here. Think about this quote from our source material for a second. Getting the call every player dreams of to represent their nation. Slow down and really absorb the emotional weight there. For the guys from emerging nations, making this 1,248-player list isn't just another tournament, it's the absolute pinnacle of their lives.
Take a look at Cabo Verde. These guys have absolutely earned their spot on the biggest stage. You've got veteran leadership in goal with Vizinha, serious defensive chops from Villarreal's Logan Costa, and Ryan Mendes pushing the attack. For them, just fielding this squad against the world's heavyweights is a massive, historic milestone. They are primed and ready to prove they belong here.
We're keeping that underdog energy going with Haiti. Look at the hard-earned pedigree on this roster. Joni Placide locking down the net, Carlin's Arcus on defense, and Duckins Nazan bringing the heat up front. These aren't just random names on a spreadsheet. These are athletes carrying the immense pride and fierce determination of their entire country into this tournament. You can practically feel the energy they're going to bring to the group stage.
Wrapping up our look at the underdogs, check out Uzbekistan's key players. Utgir Yusupov, Abosbek Faizuleyev, and the veteran striker Eldor Shomududov. Seeing a squad like this really hits home just how global this vast roster list truly is. With 48 teams, we are guaranteed to see styles and strategies colliding in completely unprecedented ways. Finally, Section 5, Legends and Rising Stars, a generational clash. Now, what's really interesting about this slide is the fascinating intersection of eras. We've got aging icons fighting for one last moment of glory, squaring off against absolute teenage phenoms. On one side, you have the legend himself, Cristiano Ronaldo, still commanding the pitch for Portugal with decades of unparalleled experience. On the flip side, the rising star, Lamine Yamal, the young sensation tearing it up for Spain and Barcelona. A pool of 1,248 players gives us this beautiful, dramatic overlap of football history happening live right in front of us.
So, let's zoom out and look at the immense scale we just broke down. 48 nations, 1,248 players. And here's the crazy thing about the modern game. A mistake in a 2026 final could easily be viewed by more people than the population of every country that participated in 1950 combined. Stadium crowds might be smaller than that 200,000-person record, but the global broadcast audience is exponentially larger now. Out of all this data, all these heavily scouted rosters, who is actually going to step up and write history?
And that's the ultimate question we're left with today. Which nation's 26-man roster truly has what it takes to survive this ruthless 48-team format and lift the 2026 FIFA World Cup? We can talk about AI and data analytics all day long, but as the 1950 Maracanazo proved, human drama is the one thing data simply cannot predict. The stage is set, so I highly encourage you to dive into these rosters yourself and see who you think has the winning formula. Thanks so much for joining.